Day 2 in Marrakech, and this morning we head off towards the YOUSSEF MEDERSA. This is the theological college for Muslims, and the entrance fee there is 50 dirhams, £4, and you have to be careful when you make your way to any place really with a taxi. You want to ask them first of all the fare, and make sure they're not overcharging you.
Ask the hotel reception.
You can ask the hotel reception how much it should charge you for that trip.
So you need a lot of bargain.
So make sure that you do bargain and get the right price. Here we are now in the central courtyard of the college. By the way, the college is now a museum, and you can see already there's a lot of people sort of having their picture taken, so it's good to get here early to avoid the crowds. The school is one of the finest and also largest Muslim schools in the Maghreb area. It was founded in the mid-14th century and then later modernised in the 16th century. And for 4 centuries, this mosque and college was a focal point of worship in the Medina and of study. It's a masterpiece of Moorish design. It's very opulent. You can see sort of fine plasterwork, fine tiling, intricate details there. There's bronze work and sort of paved corridors, fine ceiling as well, as you can see. I can imagine all this would have cost a lot of money, and it's because it was quite a wealthy college and also quite a wealthy area, making their money from trade with Europe and Asia, which was crude. We also may find in parts of the area it's decorated with verses from the Quran. We're now sort of leaving the central courtyard and walking around the corridors on the first and the ground floor. Off the floors there are small sort of study rooms you can find there. And as I say again, so fine artwork, fine ceilings there. And we're just about to leave now and on to our second trip. Here we are, entering, head towards the MAJORRELL garden. We arrive early. You have slots, you need to book in advance to get your ticket. We arrived early, so we went in here. Lovely restaurant just away from the crowds. It's a rooftop restaurant there. Sold clothes and a few other things, but lovely there. Rooftop garden restaurant, cafe. We just had time for a cappuccino, a delicious cappuccino, not too expensive, fine views, fresh air, and we just passed away a few minutes before a lot of time for entrance. Here we are, and here we're just entering into the gardens. There's a sort of a one-way system around the gardens. They've celebrated 100 years since it's been opened actually, and they have different sections. This is the cacti section. You can see lots of cacti there from different parts of the world. Altogether 1,800 species of cacti. The gardens itself were opened in soon after 1924. They were opened by Jacques Morroco, who sort of fell in love with Morocco and Marrakech. He built a villa with this garden surrounding his villa. Unfortunately, following his death in 1962, the gardens fell into disrepair. But fortunately, in 1980, YSL, the famous courtier, brought up the site and skillfully restored the garden, and so divided the area into 4 walkways and different sections of the gardens that can be seen there. As I say, here's the cacti, and we have yuccas and palm trees walking around there, bananas as well, more yuccas, I believe. And you can see there's the site, just a memorial site for the founder. As we go around there, we'll start seeing various blues, which he liked and has been kept, named after the founder of the garden. So it's after Marrakech, and we now have a blue called the Majorrell blue. It's this electrifying shade of cobalt blue, which you can find in the garden, but also people have copied this colour. It's become quite fashionable in some places. Lots of water around the garden as well, very, very pleasant, ponds and streams. It makes this whole garden quite refreshing, very, very photogenic, I would say. And as you can see, there are people who would like to stand and have their picture taken. So again, it's good to get to this place early in the morning to avoid the crowds. We've just gone into the shop there, with some galleries and the shop
Of YSL brand.
of YSL brand goods, and back to see some more of the cacti. They're quite a height, aren't they, some of those cacti? There's one of the security men who will sort of guide you in the right direction around the site. So make sure you do go around the right way. Oh. And
This is
lovely
how we
spot
end
there
our
at the end there, and there's a little